Hi, everyone. Welcome to Baking Scraps. Thank you for joining me. As you can see, I'm all alone here right now because Christina is overseas enjoying herself. And no, I am not at all jealous. I am actually really excited because I had the lovely Stephen Levitt and Vincent Chan join me for the Scrap Recap, which you can find on our any of our streaming services that you follow and on YouTube as well. And I actually had them join me to interview the first person who left the Great Canadian Baking Show tent in week one, and that is Dan Vano. It was amazing chatting with him, and I hope you really enjoy our little chat. So I will just let you take a little bit of a look at his intro video so you can see who Dan is, and then we'll go straight into the interview. Thanks for joining me.
Tez and Titos are gonna be watching me and I don't want to let them down. I was actually born in the Philippines. My family moved to Fort McMurray in 2003, finished high school and actually went down to Edmonton. That's where I met Nathan. He loved macarons so much, he bought me a macaron baking class, and that's when I realized that I actually loved to bake. Here we are 8 years later. I'm very competitive. I play a lot of volleyball. I only moved to BC 2 years ago, and ever since I joined the gay volleyball community, it's been very fun, great community.
Hey Mom, how's it going?
Hello Dan, how are you?
My parents are very excited, they're very supportive, and they just want me to have fun. Coming here is gonna be such a great experience for me to share with everyone. I wanna bake my heart out so much that, all the ovens are just gonna explode.
There he is.
Hi.
There he is. Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing good.
There he is.
I've just
Hello.
been blowing up, so just the residual. Sorry to hear everything. You looked great, and I was like, thanks.
As long as you get the you look great, right?
Yes. If they don't say it, then I ask. As long as I look great, and then it just works out. Did I look great
Perfect.
though?
Yeah, it must have been quite a whirlwind weekend for you.
Yeah, yeah. With a watch party and everyone like was getting so excited to see. But yeah, I'm like a huge weight is like off my shoulders now, so I'm leaving it up to the bakers to carry on the season.
Fantastic. Well, you did such a great job. I don't know if you have met Stephen Levitt and Vincent Chan before.
I think through just Instagram after the announcement, but yeah, I've just you guys were like the OG, not OG, but like halfway OG.
Halfway to OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two guys are pretty great. So we call them the fabulous Baker Boys around here. And it's pretty special that even though we miss Christina, because Christina usually hosts the podcast and does the recaps, it's so lovely that they have stepped in to be able to co-host with me. And we're excited to talk to you. And thank you for being so patient while we were getting our recap
Oh,
wrapped up, because we
that
ended up talking a little bit more than we expected.
no,
Yeah.
that's no worries at all. It was an honor to like have you guys, come chat. It's
Yeah,
super fun meeting new bakers and stuff.
no kidding. Well, we always start out just kind of asking a little bit about who you are and what your background is and how you got started with baking.
Yeah, yeah, to start off, usually I have a lot of things to say, but yeah, my background, like, I guess is I'm Filipino, so a lot of the bakes, especially like the prepping, was a lot of like inspired by Filipino treats of me growing up. I grew up in the Philippines until 2003, where we moved to Canada, and like on the show, we moved straight to Fort McMurray. They couldn't pick more of a northern city, so.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and actually, I didn't actually like baking at the start. I love to cook. I loved seeing my mom cook, and I can just see her like throw things in there to make it good, and it always turns out. But then every time I try to bake cookies, I'm like, baking powder, baking soda, they're the same. And
Oh,
yeah, no, and I was just like, what is this? Like, this makes no sense. And it wasn't until I met my partner, Nathan, who has a huge, like his family are all like crazy bakers. They're the first time I baked for him, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "No, it'll turn out." And then yeah, one Christmas, and yeah, it turned out like horrible. Like it's just like, is this even edible? Like, why is this like more cake than cookie? Um, and then yeah, he for Christmas he was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna get you a baking class because I feel like you'll love it. And I was like, I don't know about that. And after the baking class, I was like, okay, this is what perfect looks like following recipes, weighing everything. And I even remembered it was a macaron baking class, so I remembered the instructor saying like, if you love to cook, like cooking is an art, like you just throw how you feel, but baking is a science. And I was like, oh my God, that was a switch. I was like, and he was like, and everything comes in practice. After the class, I didn't want to forget anything. So I made a whole new batch right at home, got all the ingredients, and I was like, oh my God, this is what perfect is. And then it just, it was like a snowball rolling down the hill, just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, oh, let's do this.
That's awesome.
That
Well,
is awesome.
sounds like a man after your own heart, Vincent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that scale out, baby.
Yeah. Well, it worked out in his benefit because then like he loves like macarons, pastries, and um so yeah, I think he bought it for himself knowing that I might like it, so it worked out.
That's kind of what I was thinking is he bought that Christmas present for himself, not really
Yes.
for you. But so does Nathan not bake then? If his whole
Um
family is bakers?
he is very so when he cooks like the five same things every time he cooks. It's if it's his turn to cook. He cooks like risotto, and he only cooks the one that he knows he's going to execute well.
Right.
And the only time that he bakes is when he makes his mom's carrot cake, which I love, by the way. So every time it's just like, okay, well, let me make this for my friend. So he makes this carrot cake and this frosting. And then there's a couple of times where I'm like, are you sure you wanna are you sure you wanna bake it that or like mix it that long? She's like, it's fine. I was like, okay. And then he gets mad at me for not stopping him, that he was just kept on like putting on the spinner. I was like, you're gonna overmix it. And he's like, no, it's all good. But
You've turned into a monster.
yeah, I know.
Good for you.
Yeah. Sometimes I just stare at him and smile, and he's like, hey, what's wrong? I was like, no, 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 this is your turn. I want you to learn from your mistakes.
Ouch.
Honestly, I love him, but and then after it's just like, why didn't it turn out that way? And it's like, well, you did this. You're not supposed to put in the beater. I have this like I use a Dutch whisk for mixing my cake because it mixes it so well, it goes into the whole thing. And I was like, I would use this to like mixing the cake so it doesn't overmix and like, anyway, but
Mhm.
yeah, enough about me being mean to my partner.
And yeah, no. I'm sure it's a good balance. I mean, we all have our own partners. We know how it is.
Yeah, I have a whole handbook on how to
Yeah.
be mean to my partner.
Is it published yet?
I don't think you need it actually. I think you're
Here's a
okay.
signed copy.
You're just doing just fine by yourself.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Steven's just obsessed with his wife and
I know it's gross.
Oh, trust me, that's probably why Ryan from this season like had you as like the special guest, Steven. I was just like, oh man, like you will love Ryan.
they're very similar.
Quite, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that
I,
just for
I
the
can
little bits of information that I've gotten. Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that too.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead. I'm gonna let these guys kind of jump in whenever they want to. I know that we haven't kind of briefed each other on how we were going to host this, but they've seen the podcast before. They know how it goes. So, Stephen and Vincent, you have free reign to go ahead and ask whatever questions you want to.
Well, I have a
Um,
question.
You have a question?
I do. I have a question for our special guest. Uh, do you like baking cakes, or is there something what's your favorite thing to bake?
My favorite thing to bake is my sourdough.
Oh,
Yeah, I love the science behind the whole like the baking process and how the flour works, and what kind of like how to achieve it. Especially like, getting like an open crumb for uh the sourdough, it gives me like it's like exhilarating.
Yeah, I get that when I get the proper ear.
Yeah, that
Yes.
year. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, oh, I just watch when I put it in the oven, I just watch it like get bigger and bigger and but
I,
I
I see a couple of videos like that once in a while. It's awesome.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like mesmerizing even. But so I'm starting to like cakes a lot just because I feel like after the show, I was like, oh man, I'm really scared of cakes. Even during the practice round, like Grace just keeps saying, it's like, I know you love the doughs, but I need you to practice more cakes. And I was like, yep, I will definitely do it. Really wanted to get into the show. And so in previous year, last year, I didn't get on. But I felt like there was a lot of good connection with them, and then they said that maybe you need to do more cakes. And so I was like, okay, let's
Mhm.
let's make cakes happen. So I asked all of my friends to send me their birthdays, and then on their birthdays, I would make them a cake. I would like talk to them. I was like, okay, what kind of flavors do you want? And so all my friends were like, okay, give me like a Biscoff tres leches cake. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. And so I would like research what it is and gone through so many different layers of like went nuts on like the flavors. Um, so yeah, like I'm starting to do cakes, and after I got announced to like I was on the show, people started inviting me to their birthdays. I was like, oh, okay.
They just want to get the famous person baking their cakes
Yeah.
That's right.
It makes it special, apparently. But I'm always happy to bake anything that my friends ask me to do. So it's both like nice and I get to have fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I love doing cakes. I cannot do sourdough. My daughter is the sourdough queen. And so she has her own little TikTok where she's posting all her sourdoughs,
Oh, that's
having her
cool.
posing like it's a fish type of thing. And but I have never been able to get into it. So I'm very grateful that I can get sourdough from her because it's pretty yummy. I love the stuff.
Mhm. I love
I
sourdough.
have a question. So, did they say in the when they were introducing you in the episode, did they say you're a customer success
Associate?
associate?
Yeah, that's technically my job description or my job title. I work for a software company.
Okay,
I was an event manager for the longest time. Yeah.
with
Uh,
Joe?
Hopefully now with Joe, I met
Yeah.
all the Joe, how elegant she is, and I was just like, I just want to do weddings too. I've always wanted to do like a wedding, be a wedding planner or like an event planner. I have a sports background, so I went to school in kinesiology. And I did a lot of like sporting events. So I was the high performance sport event coordinator with the city of Edmonton when I used to live there. And that's where I would like people like so as an example, we would have like Olympic trials for swimming in the city, and so I would be the one coordinating with the event organizer and then the different facilities that they want to run. So it was more so like sports based, but I was like, I can't really do any kind of creativity in this kind of scene. So I've
Yeah.
always wanted, if some of my friends wanted to do like or was having a wedding, I'm like, hey, if you need a wedding planner, I have no experience, but I would love to
I'm
do it.
cheap.
I'll do it for free.
That's sometimes the best way to get experience.
Yeah.
Definitely. Um,
So,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then because this software company actually reached out to me on LinkedIn, and they were like, "Oh, you're into like events and you work for a municipality. We would love to like have you on our team." And actually, my interview was before or it was after the auditions, and I was like, I can't take it just in case I get on the show, just FYI.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you did.
Well, that was last year, and
Oh,
then this
oh, that was
year I've been giving my boss um cakes and like pastries for a whole year just so that if I ever get on the show, she will understand that she's like, "Oh, can I possibly take 6 weeks off?"
I'm
Good for
so glad
you.
that it worked out. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. No, it was really fun.
How
So
many
this was
how many times did you apply?
that's what I was going to ask.
Um, 3 years,
3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I it started off with one of my coworkers because I always bring treats to work, and my coworkers are always like, "Hey, you should apply for the show." I was like, I don't think I'm like good enough for TV or good enough baker to be in this." And I've seen like a few episodes, especially when I'm over at my friend's house. And I remembered seeing Larry for the first time too. It was like in season 4, and
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay, like
he's a bread
he's
guy.
pretty cool. Yeah, he was the bread guy.
Yeah.
And one year I finally caved. I was like, yeah, I'll apply. First year went through like the Zoom auditions. And then next year I actually moved to Vancouver where they had the open call auditions where you can go in, and I went through that and met the lovely production crew, or I guess like the what are they called?
Cast.
The storytellers,
Casting. Yeah.
the casting
Yeah.
crew. So yeah, they were fun. And then next year they told me I need to practice more cakes, so I did, and I brought in my cake, which, by the way, Loic said it was one of the better cakes that he's had. I
Nice.
know, that was like, I don't need any other validation except for Loic.
What did you bring for your audition? Because we were there. Christina and I were there
Oh, you
in
were?
Vancouver. Yep. Yep. The last
Oh,
2 years we've been there.
oh, shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I brought in a mango hojicha cake. So I did a Swiss buttercream all the way around. Um, the cake was a sponge cake mixed in with hojicha, like fine ground hojicha. And then it had a mango pastry cream. And then I made it because the day was Chinese New Year's. I made it like very like dragon-like. I don't know how to explain it, but like used like the mangoes as like the scale of the dragon, and it was the golden year.
I remember seeing it.
Or sorry, it was the snake. It was the snake. So
Like I remember
yeah.
I'm trying to visualize it, but I want you to send me a picture of it
Yes,
because I
yes.
seem to remember it.
Yeah, and then Loic was like, "Oh, I love this so much. Can you send me the recipe?" And so I made like a whole PDF of it and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this in my baking class." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's perfect." I did it on
Oh,
the show. At least Loic knows me.
that's pretty hype. Lots of people know you now.
Yeah.
Did you meet any of the other bakers who were there?
I remember Joe because Joe is very like so polished, so like she enters the room and everyone just like gravitates towards her. And
Yeah.
like I remember Joe, and like there was a guy behind her carrying the cake, and it was Flo, her husband. And I was like, oh man, like
Yeah,
I don't
staff.
I don't stand a chance. I was like, this is like a major power couple coming in. And then but yeah, I actually the first year during my auditions, I didn't talk to anyone because I was like so shy. But then this year, I felt like I needed to be more open, so I started talking to the other bakers, and I was like, "Oh, tell me what you made," and "Oh, I really love like your design," and really got to know a lot of the bakers like that was like around me. So, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
And then when you got through the other rounds and got that phone call or that Zoom call saying that you were on the show, how did that feel?
I was I want to say 60% expecting that I made the show, but then also the 40% could just be like, psych, actually, this didn't happen. I was like, oh, maybe this was just a joke. So I was kind of prepared for both, but it was really nice seeing. I started crying in front of Meredith, and then I was like, Dan, stop crying. And she's like, no, you can continue to cry. Like, I hope these are tears of joy. And I was like, they definitely are, but I can't stop smiling. Best day ever. And it was great. And my partner was just like outside the door, just listening in to see. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
That must have been a good feeling.
Yeah, it was. It felt rewarding,
Hmm.
but also it was a great privilege to just even make it into the show. I was like excited the entire time, and I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to start like the 6 week process, um, to get through all the different bakes." And yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had tons of fun even
How
reading
did
it.
it feel then when they sent you all the recipes at the beginning? All of a
All the
sudden,
briefs.
how did that feel?
Oh, I was not expecting. But I was
All the
like,
briefs
I
that you
have to
got the
read
recipe.
through this and this contract that's like this much long. Um, but as I was reading them, I see cakes. I'm like, oh, that's a cake. And then I would get excited about anything that dealt with dough or pastries. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna like really gung ho on this one. And then I was like, oh no, there's another cake. I was like, oh, but cookies. So it was a lot of mixed emotions, kind of reading through like the list.
Hmm. Yeah, it's usually, I mean, they used to always start with Cake Week, and then they started kind of mixing it up a little bit. I don't remember what they did last week for the first week, but I remember feeling like they were doing a lot of sort of different themes. So, and don't tell us what they do this year because we don't want any spoilers.
No
We might
spoilers.
want spoilers, but don't
Actually,
give
I'll
us any
try.
spoilers. But it's kind of unfortunate that the way that things went for you. I mean, you did a great job. You had some great ideas, and so it was just a little bit of problem with the execution on your showstopper. I think that was probably the hardest
Yeah.
thing for you.
Uh,
So,
yeah, it was I wanted to play safe, but at the same time, after realizing how talented the people I was up against, it was like a huge rush. Just like I need to make this like be more of a showstopper. Like the thing I sent, I thought it was already enough, and I thought I was doing something unique with I had like spray paint, like to paint a canvas. Like when you go to like Las Vegas, and then there's these people that are on the streets making like weird planets with the spray paint. And I was like, oh, I got that. I was practicing that. Um, and then I was like, okay, how do I make this like better? And I tried to incorporate other things in there, like they didn't show it in the show, but I wanted to incorporate um like a layer of like a chocolate cake in the middle because it was Fort McMurray and they're known for like the tar sands in there that they would have to like dig up. And I wanted to incorporate in that, but then um
that's a great idea.
yeah, I I don't know if I can say how hot the tent was, but
Yes, you
like
can.
I've heard
They are always talking about
Yes.
how hot the tent is.
How hot was the tent?
it was so hot. Like, I felt really bad for the. Did you guys have Mickey or Mikey for your makeup? I felt really bad because I was sweating like crazy and not amount of makeup was gonna be enough to cover everything. So I kept like rubbing my things in and it was quite hot in there, and every time I touched my cake, even after it was in the fridge for quite a while, it would just melt instantly. And I was like, I don't want to touch it, or else like things started oozing out. And I was like, I want to give up. So I want to give up, but
Oh,
for me, I just wanted to keep going because I was like, no, like I need to like at least make this look nice. I'm gonna try my very best to do it. And then, yeah, it was. I thought it was cute, but then when Jen told me she was making this mountain, I was like, man, I am not ready for this.
out of a chiffon cake too.
I know. What is that girl? She amazes me. And she told me she was 24, and I was like, oh my God. I hope I get to see you in Bread Week, and I hope I'm still there because I'm gonna show you off what I can do.
Yeah.
It made me feel better when she was like, I haven't touched bread ever, so I'm hoping my bread works.
Oh man. Yeah, it was sad for us to see you go. What was happening with your fondant on the cake? Was it just because the buttercream underneath was melting
Yeah,
or
that was kind of
okay.
part of it. I think I went through different phases of like how to apply fondant, and trust me, I probably spent my allowance money on buying fondant to practice fondant because I thought that the fondant would have been great with the spray paint and how I was gonna do it. It was gonna show, um, and then I have to roll and like do all the colors on there. So it took a while for me to do it, and then the fondant just like started melting, and maybe it was too heavy as it was like pressing into the cake. Um, I was like, okay, maybe I don't do one whole big giant thing and fold it over. Maybe I can do segments. So I tried to do the segment and it just didn't work out. The,
Ugh.
the one time that I did the segment, it was like, okay, I can like clean this up. But when I was polishing it with the
Smoother.
the smoother, it was like not working. And so
Ugh.
that was like heartbreaking to see. I just didn't really take into account. Um, I knew that the tent was gonna be hot. I just didn't think it was gonna be that hot.
Yeah.
So, and I really wish, like, knowing, like, I wish, like, a one of the previous bakers would like just message me, being like, "Hey, if you were ever on the show, these take these into account," because I couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I was talking to like Guillaume and Andy from previous years, and like I was like, "Shit, like, sorry,
That's okay.
I swore a lot in the tent. I'm surprised."
Listen,
Not
half
surprising.
of my film was on the floor in the cutting room. Trust me, trust me. I have a very filthy mind.
Oh, I if they actually showed it, I would like swear, and I just like sorry, like I would say sorry because it's not supposed.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. Well,
I
you
mean,
know.
if there's ever a time to swear, it would not surprise me that it would be when you're in the tent because
Yeah.
there's so much at stake. And then you come in there and if like you're telling us how talented all these people are, we saw all the talent. We saw how talented you are, but we know that this imposter syndrome hits really hard.
Ooh.
It does.
Yeah. Even for the really amazingly talented bakers that make it on the show, like just getting into that tent is such a huge accomplishment. So, yeah, you did a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very happy with the result. Obviously, I
Good.
would be happier, but I kept telling myself, I was like, because people kept asking me, it's just like, oh, would you have preferred if you were in a different or like next year so that you have more time to prepare? And I was like, no, not really. Like the people I met in this season, I'm very biased about my season, by the way. We're pretty cool. So it was yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like I love the people that I met, especially the Vancouver crew. After filming, we had brunches every other
Oh,
week because we wanted to catch up and like talk about the show again, even though we were all there. And
yeah.
yeah, like lifelong friends. I feel like I just want to go and visit them individually, which I
Hmm.
do plan on doing because I didn't get to spend enough time, so I get jealous, and then they
Yeah.
throw in all these like inside jokes, and I was like, oh, cool, I
Oh,
wasn't there.
yeah. Yeah, that's got to be hard. Well, you know that definitely that tent makes lifelong friends. I mean, look at these two guys.
Oh, I know. But you guys were there towards the end. Like, I'm surprised you guys didn't start fighting. I'm just kidding.
Tried to pick fights with me, but I don't know how that happened.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you couldn't give us any drama?
A drama in our season?
No.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah,
And that's absolute full honesty. There was zero drama
Hmm.
on our season.
it
Yeah,
really was a love fest the whole way through.
Oh, that's so nice.
yeah.
Like,
To this day, to this day. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Well,
We pretty well keep in touch almost every day.
You still have your group chat then?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. It's
Outside of
always
the
active.
full Baker group.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We have our season
Love
5
it.
group chat, and we're pretty well active. Pretty well. It was for the first 2 years. It was every single day.
Mm.
But now it's probably at least once a week that we touch base. But very, very great show, and it creates lifelong friendships. And just having the knowledge and the people that you're surrounded with from the show, with all this baking knowledge, we are going to be welcoming you and all of the season 9 people after the show is over and aired. All of you will be part of our chat group, and it is amazing. And we're looking forward to having you part of us as part of the group.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I'm very excited about that. That was like the one thing after I left, or yeah, after my exit, I was like, I'm curious when I get added in because I just want to talk to everyone. I love like nerding out about cakes and bread. Like,
It's your people,
Yeah. Me
honestly.
too.
I know. I
Because
don't
you
have
know,
any kind of these friends that I talk to, and then they're like, "Oh my God, like, what are you doing?" It's just like, "Yeah, I made Swiss buttercream," and then they're like, "Cool, yeah, okay."
These guys would say that's very cool.
Yes,
it's a
They're
nice,
very proud of
it's a
you.
nice little therapy group that we have,
for
for
Yeah.
sure.
for
Like
sure.
one of
And when you think about it, regardless of how long anyone stayed, what season they were on, you are now one of only 90 people in a country of 40 million who have a shared experience.
Yeah.
You know, to put that into perspective, that is like nothing. And that is incredible. It is incredible that like you're one of the tiny little group of people who have had this experience.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely be excited. Definitely looking forward to it. And I was like, let's just get the season over so we can get added in.
No, just enjoy this part. Enjoy watching, enjoy seeing everything else that's happening from now on. Right now,
And
you can, like you said, you can kind of relax a little bit.
yeah, and enjoy seeing your life change. You
Yeah.
will, yeah, your life is going to change. It's amazing stuff. I mean, one of the questions I asked in the chat was, does anybody know why when you freeze egg whites in a Ziploc bag and you thaw it, the bag leaks? And everybody just sort of chimed in on this one. And it was just like, okay, I'm not crazy. These are my people. I can talk
Yeah.
about freezing egg whites and leakage. And they're all in on the answers. So it's fantastic.
We have that in our group chat too. Like I like so many times like someone would share what they baked that
Hmm.
day and like, oh, send me your recipe about this one.
Hmm.
Everyone just has like a wealth of knowledge and I have someone to talk to. Like I probably talk to Ryan every day about like random things as also baking. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And it was like, oh, that looks pretty good. And he's like, oh, here are like my own personal cheerleader. I love it.
That's
Absolutely.
one thing that Christina and I always say when we find ourselves getting a little bit down about having auditioned, however many times we've auditioned now and not getting on the show, we always now remind ourselves because we've seen it through all these people that we've interviewed, all the people that we meet at the casting calls, and all the people that we know now. That casting team is fantastic at their jobs. They know who the right people to put together at the right time are. And so that's why I say I can't be down about it because I'm so thrilled with every single cast, every single season that they have put together. And they've done it again with season 9. And it's so beautiful to see. Like just the right people, right, guys?
Yeah.
He says no, Lisa. There's a different reason why you haven't gotten on the show yet.
Yeah.
No, I would like to say that, you and Christina, as many times as you have applied, it's nothing to do with you. At the end of the day, you guys have your own thing going on with the baking scraps.
Yeah.
and you are becoming so widely known and so famous from that, that whether or not you do get on the show or not, you will always be part of us. So don't ever,
Mm.
ever think that you're not.
No, thank you guys. Thank you so much. No, I appreciate that. I think it's the camaraderie that you want, right? And I do have that, so I shouldn't be feeling like I'm missing out.
Yeah, I mean, I've said to the other bakers, how the hell did they get in here?
I have to ask, I want to ask Dan because it was something for me that was the biggest surprise. And maybe I was naive, or maybe it was just something that didn't occur to me when I got on the show, and as the show was going, and then after it was done, it never dawned on me that this family that I would get, my season 5 family initially, and then eventually everyone else, that was the greatest gift of the whole thing. I mean, did you see that coming at all, or were you just you wanted to get on the show?
Yeah, I honestly I didn't even think about the other cast members. Like I wanted to know who my competition was, like and the my mindset before getting onto the show was my competition or my competitors. I never even really thought about like how I'm gonna meld with them. I just thought about it like, yeah, I need to beat them. Like what? But then I got onto the show, I was like, I don't want to see any of these people go. Like we spent so much time together.
Yeah.
And like now I see them as like my friends, my family. Like it's such a rewarding experience and the best gift, like highlight of my entire life was right here. And even though I was only there for a few days, like I feel like I was there, like I know every single one of them. I keep in touch. Um, I don't know if you guys wanted to see, but like at the when you go back for the finale, you
Be
give gifts
careful. Be
to
careful.
everyone.
Yeah, you can say things, just don't give us any
No, no,
spoilers.
no. Well, there is a finale, but and you give gifts to everyone. So like I took on like I hired an artist to like conceptualize like what I wanted to give a gift to everyone to like make us more memorable. I don't know if I can show it here, but it doesn't like throw anything off. But
Oh,
um, and when I gave it to everyone, they were like, "Oh my God, this is so special!" And we wrote on it. It was like almost like a big giant card. And
so
let me
you
see.
did one and Ed gave everybody a copy?
Yeah. So
Oh,
let me.
yeah. Yeah, we'd love to see that.
I know a guy who did something like that.
I don't know if you can see it. So it's a
Oh,
9.
wow.
That is so cool.
Yes,
Oh,
and I had
that's
it
so
framed,
beautiful.
Damn,
and I don't know if
that's
you can see because it's like
awesome.
backwards, but can you see it in the right?
It
Yeah,
is, yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Okay,
correct.
because in mine it's like opposite. But you can
Oh,
see like all the different places and all the monuments in there. So like
yes.
Ryan is from Sault Ste. Marie. You can see like the Saskatoon Castle in here, and then Tamara, Montreal for
Yeah.
Dom. And so I made this and it's
Oh,
like a 9. And it was really hard to do Margaret's because she's in Stony Plain, but they're known for their like this like locomotive because it was a pit stop to get to Edmonton.
right, right.
He's like, oh my God, this is like amazing that you got all this. So each of us got one, and then at the very end, we signed like a little nice thing on each one to commemorate it. And so everyone has this framed in their house.
It's amazing.
So
That is
That's
absolutely gorgeous.
freaking cool. Steve, get on it.
I had the most time, so like I wanted something special to I wanted
To
something special
commemorate.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had it like, it was on textured paper, so it's not just like a printout. It was like it was a piece of art. I had the artist like, I told the artist I was like, oh, me and my partner's 9-year anniversary, and these are all the cities that, because I
Oh,
couldn't tell them what it was
smart.
about.
Because you couldn't.
I
Right, right.
couldn't. Yeah,
Good
so
work.
Good
yeah,
for you.
so it's just
That
like,
was beautiful.
yeah, did a lot of research, but I'm glad it turned out really great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
It's fantastic.
what I really loved what you said when I said, "Oh, I was so sorry to see you go home." And you said, "Well, I left first, so I got the most hugs."
Yeah.
And I like that because, yeah, you're right. Nobody else leaving is going to get as many hugs as you got. So that was pretty
That's
great.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was it was a it was a fun moment because I knew that they were so genuine. They obviously didn't want to see me go. But someone had to. And honestly, I said it in the show. I'm glad it was me because I don't think I could see anyone leave. So that was a gift for me.
That's a good gift.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Hmm.
Well, what do you guys think about playing a little game?
Oh,
Oh, we're going to play this or that. So we will take turns asking you questions. It's usually one thing or another, and you just zip back with the first thing that comes to mind.
okay.
All right, I will start. Sourdough loaf or macaron tower?
Ooh. Oh my God. Okay. I'll go Macron Tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why? Because you can build it for Nathan?
Yes. It's something I love macarons, but I have to say, ever since I moved to Vancouver, the humidity has changed like the macarons, and like I haven't been able to bake the perfect macaron again. So I've been
Oh,
trying so hard. There's been like times where like the feet worked out, but everything else didn't, and I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
oh,
So,
Christina can help you with that. Christina lives in White Rock, and she's the
oh, okay.
macaron master, and
Oh,
she
that's
actually
perfect.
teaches classes at Sugar Love
Oh,
Baking
that's
Supplies.
perfect.
So yes, she can tell you how to do it for the change in altitude, etc. Whatever it
Yeah.
is that's different. So
Because I do it the French way, and then I even talked to Joe about it. She's like, "Oh, do it like a Swiss meringue way." And then I was just like, "Oh, maybe this will work." But I've been too scared to try it again.
yeah.
So maybe the next time I'll make macaron, I'll make a macaron tower, just like Vincent's.
Do Italian.
Yeah. Oh, the Italian one's like so much work.
It is a lot of work, but it works.
Never works.
You get the beautiful gloss on those
Oh,
things.
I know. Yeah, that corn syrup really adds a little touch.
Corn syrup. I don't use corn syrup.
But that's
Mm-mm.
because you like pour it in.
It's just
No, it's the syrup, the sugar
Oh,
syrup.
there's
the
the
Yeah.
sugar
syrup. Yeah.
Yeah.
sugar syrup. Yeah, yeah, sugar
Okay.
syrup. Yeah,
Yeah. It is a lot of work, a lot of work. I
it
am
is
not
a
good
lot of
at
work.
macarons either. I'm not good at either sourdough or macarons, so I'm glad you got the question
Yeah.
and not me. All right, Stephen, you want to take the next question?
Okay. Baking with cloves or clover?
What?
So
Okay.
if you if you had heard our recap before we interviewed you, then you would know what we're talking about. So, but you have to answer the question.
I'm gonna go with cloves because I think it might be because it's the season.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be better. Yeah.
It's not too much of it, right, Vincent?
So mean.
No,
So
just in
mean.
our recap when we were talking about the who was it? Dominic who did the cake with clover?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say Dom probably would pick
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a sweet clover cake.
And
But when
Margaret.
we were discussing it, then Vincent had mistaken it for cloves. And so he was talking about how strong a taste clover is, and you don't want to use very much and everything. So
Oh man. Yeah.
we got it
Dom?
sorted out though.
No, yeah, not
Vincent,
cloves. Clover. I really
did you
wanted to
taste it?
taste their cakes.
Oh, you didn't get a chance to. Yeah.
I don't think we had the chance because after that it was like we gotta get out. We
Yeah.
gotta get interviews because it was dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Vincent, you want to ask the next question?
Baking for Bobby Flay or baking for Bruno Phildyson?
Oh, it's weird. Why did you say Bobby Flay?
I don't know. We just
Because that was one of the things that I wrote down as who do I want to bake for, and it was Bobby Flay.
Why?
So
Well, because he's done Bruno now.
yeah.
Good thing we didn't start with the it's a judgment-free zone.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Bobby, Bobby Flay, really?
Well,
Let him talk,
I have, hey,
Vincent.
Sorry, go
growing
ahead.
up, I had a weird crush on Bobby Flay
Yeah,
because
that is weird.
that is super weird. But if you can remember this movie, Million Dollar Cook-Off,
No.
um, it was a Disney movie, and it was like I think that's when really started liking food because it was about like this kid who was really good at sports, but he also secretly wanted to join this million dollar cook-off that his dad was like, "No, I don't want you to do that. You're gonna play baseball." And it came to the point where he had to choose which one. And then his dad, like, he was scared that his dad wasn't gonna like approve of it. And then it just so happened like the judge for that was Bobby Flay. And
Oh,
so he was in the movie and um spoiler alert, like I don't know if I want it's an old movie. You guys
yeah,
should
no, you can go ahead.
he didn't win, but Bobby Flay was like, you had the right flavors, you were there, you had the heart. Unfortunately, like this wasn't your time. And I was just like, oh no. And I was so sad. And that's why I want to bake for Bobby Flay because of that movie. It was
Because
one
he's a
of my
kind
very first.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Well, Vincent is judging you, but that's okay.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging Dan. I'm judging Bobby Flay.
But I
Oh
did
man.
hear he's like kind of mean sometimes to other to that's what I heard at least. But
Oh, you know what? I'm totally into the whole ginger thing. So,
oh, me too. That's why
oh,
my partner is
but,
Ginger.
oh my God, your partner? I'm just gonna say he's hot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Tell me
say
about it.
it. Good for you, honey.
Wait, did you see us in the trailer like my
Yes.
individual one where we were like
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Oh no, he's a dreamboat. I'm lucky.
How long have
Yes.
you guys been together now? You said 8 years or something?
9 years.
9 years.
Good for
That's
you.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. It was
Congratulations.
yeah, I think his family definitely approves now because I got into the show and no, they love me. I think they love me more than him now. So he's just
Great.
there to eat all the treats, and the mom was just very happy that he found someone that was willing to carry on the treat tradition when they're away. So
Love it.
yeah.
That's great.
Good for you.
But
Good
I
for
Yeah.
both of you.
love I love where your head's at, Vincent, about redheads, because we're gonna
You're gonna, you guys are gonna
we'll
have a
change
little bit.
notes.
You know, opposites attract, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
That's so funny. Okay, the Philippines sunshine or Canadian snowscapes.
Canadian snowscapes.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Yes. I love the snow. The first time I saw snow falling when I moved to Canada, it was like so magical. I remembered my mom waking me up in the morning. It's like, Dan, look outside, it's snow. And I was like, oh, this is what snow is like. And it was great. And then I went to school that day, and then my friends was like, Dan, this is a snowball. You throw it at someone. And I was like, oh my God. So there's this like, so my parents go to the Philippines every year for like Christmas or September to visit family because they love the Philippines.
Mhm.
And my mom always asks us, like, do you want to come? I was like, oh, are you gonna pay for my whole trip to go to the Philippines? They're like, yeah, for sure. I was like, cool. Can you just give me the money that you were gonna spend for me, and then I can go snowboarding in Cologne?
That was a good question for you then. Wow.
Yeah, that's surprising, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Wow.
I love, especially like September. I love just wearing like a sweater
Yeah.
outside.
Oh
Be like a
gosh, I
little
love it when we get
kid.
to sweater weather.
Wada
Or
wada.
like
Sweater weather.
sweater
Wada
weather.
wada.
It's the sweater weather. Sweater
Wada
weather.
wada.
You guys. Okay, but do you go for a pumpkin spice? You go for a PSL?
No, that's not my thing.
No.
It's too sweet for me, especially the Starbucks ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, everyone's always like, "Hey, let's go to the beach," and I was like, "Why? We have to go outside. I'm gonna get dark." I do love playing beach volleyball, but a lot of times I'm like
In the summertime.
in the summertime, not in the winter.
Right.
There's a time and place for it.
Exactly. Vincent, are you judging again?
Oh my
No,
God.
no, I'm
What
not
is
judging.
happening?
I'm not judging. I just think about the beach and how much I hate the beach.
Me
Oh,
too.
What?
Well, it. Listen,
Look at this arm.
grit in my crack is not a good thing.
you're not
Sorry,
supposed to put it in your crack.
it just works its way in, honey.
Wait,
Like everything in my life.
are you in your Speedo
What?
era yet?
I'm sorry.
Are you in your Speedo era? Because I feel like that's
No, I
coming.
am so not in my I'm almost 60. I am not in a spirit of right now. No.
Oh, wow.
See,
No,
I feel like,
Vincent on a beach in a Speedo is about
Yeah.
the furthest thing from
Oh
what I
my God.
imagine.
I am not Madonna.
Well, a pointy bra I can imagine you in.
Yeah, well, been there.
Steven, show us your arm
complimentary.
again.
It's a beach.
He's got a beach literally tattooed on his
Oh
arm.
my God. Yeah, I guess if you haven't, like, I
Opposites.
grew up with beaches all the way around. So people, when they see a beach, they're like, whoa, that's so cool. I'm like,
It's a beach.
That's
Actually,
true.
the Philippines have beautiful beaches.
They
yes, they
do. Yes.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have to say. Yes, I have to say.
Stephen Levitt, next question, please.
Focaccia or Northern Lights cake, like your showstopper?
Oh, I'm gonna go with focaccia on this one.
Easy answer.
Easy answer. Love my focaccias, bubbly, and oh my God, I recently made a pho because everyone was like, so I used like the pho broth. I went for pho and then I had extra broth, and so I used the pho broth as um like the water into the
Oh,
focaccia. Um,
ooh, I
I did a
like it.
reel on it too on my Instagram, so feel free to take a look
Gotta
at
go
it.
find it.
And then to top it off, I used like little bits of the extra broth as a glaze to put on top of the focaccia. And
Mmm.
then I incorporated like I deep fried like the rice noodles to put it on top as like a crunch, and then added in like garnishes of like mint and uh,
Ooh.
cilantro. Oh yeah, it was a fun.
Okay, that sounds incredible.
And
Yeah.
how was it? How did it turn out?
Oh, it was great. I love it. I want, it was my first time making it, so I feel like I can improve on it a lot more, making it a bit more salty, or like reducing the pho broth a bit more and like, uh,
Concentrating the flavor a bit.
yeah. So, and actually incorporating like, more of the hoisin as well into the dough to get that kick. So I'm excited to make it again.
Wow, that's very imaginative. Good for
Can I
you.
come over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
When
you
you
guys
make
come
it.
over, I will bake. Oh, I love
That.
hosting, so
Oh,
that's usually my thing. But yeah, check out the reel I made on Instagram. I thought I did a pretty good job.
yeah.
I never make reels until the show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very
Amazing.
intrigued. That's awesome.
Yes, that
Yeah.
is intriguing.
Mhm. So that's my
Very
answer for
intrigued.
Katja.
Love it. All right, Vincent.
Uh, baking class gift or spontaneous baking experiment?
Ooh, I have to go baking class gift.
Hmm.
I love learning more about kind of the science behind it. I just actually came back. I was talking to Lisa. I just came back from San Francisco doing the sourdough bread course there at the San Francisco Baking Institute.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually so fun. We made like each person who went there had like 24 loaves of bread. And I was like, how do I bring this back home to the Philippines? But we learned a lot about like the science, and like we went into like molecular biology with how different proteins react with different types of flour, and like how it reacts to gluten and carbon dioxide. That oh, it was fun. I just nerd out hard.
Yeah, that would
Cool.
be great. I think a lot of it would go over my head, but I would still be so fascinated by the science of it at the same
Mhm.
time.
Great knowledge. Great knowledge
Yes,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you're impressing him more and more every minute.
You are.
Oh, okay.
Listen, you were impressive to begin with, so this is even better. I love it.
Very, very true. All right. Measuring by weight or by sight, intuition? I
Oh,
think I know the answer to this one.
There's
it is
only
by
one
weight.
answer. Yes, there's only one
10%.
answer.
There's only one answer. I know. The technical was like cups. I was like, what? Like,
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yes, it is
Yes,
horrible.
it's always by
it's
cups.
always by cups. And I was like, what is going on? I don't, yeah.
Did you
There's like
convert it
different,
in your mind?
I wish.
I did.
I had a calculator, but I'm so bad at math. Every time when I bake something, especially with bread, because I do like the the baker's math of just doing like percentages. I just yell out because my like Nathan's an engineer, so he loves math. So I'm like, what's 70% of 500? And then he's like, you can do this. And I was like, no, I need it now.
Oh yeah, you had the right people around you for sure.
Yes. But Nathan wasn't there for my baker's math, so that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yes, always by scale. Every, cups are for newbies. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
that is the only answer, except when it comes to vanilla and icing sugar, as we were
Yes,
talking about earlier in our in our scrap recap. I mean,
sure.
but don't make American buttercream. But if you do make American buttercream, you can just throw as much icing sugar in there as you want to.
See, and I was when I found out that some of the bakers did
Oh,
American buttercream.
here we go. Here we go. Go ahead.
What?
Dish. Go ahead. Dish.
Oh my God. I was like, what?
Yeah.
One baker, I can't say who,
No, you cannot.
cannot, but they do butter and condensed milk.
Oh, that is interesting.
That
It's
is
so
interesting.
interesting. It threw me off so much, and I was like, what?
What is that called? Is that
I've seen it before. It's a
oh
condensed milk buttercream. It's
what?
condensed milk.
Yeah.
Condensed
I'm
milk.
sorry. No, I'm thinking about what's the other one? The sweetened condensed
Yeah,
milk.
that's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Not
seen it.
evaporated milk.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before.
Oh, I was like, you're
Delicious.
slaving away on Swiss meringue buttercream while you're just making whatever this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's like very Asian.
Hmm.
Is it an Asian thing?
Oh my God, like sweetened
Sweetened
condensed milk.
condensed milk is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
100%. But condensed milk itself, I just didn't realize that they would go together to make
Yeah,
all this.
that
And
it
like,
could actually make some kind of buttercream.
Sure,
Interesting.
sure.
yeah. One of the
Fascinating.
bakers, I asked one of the bakers, I was like, do you do like Swiss meringue buttercream or do you do the Italian one? It's like, I do the American one. And I was like, what is the American one? And yeah, it's just icing sugar and a little bit of cream. Is that
Butter and icing
butter?
sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can use
It's
A
what
cream
little,
in it.
imagine
little bit of
American
milk.
used for
Yeah.
buttercream. You know, American cheese, same idea.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're fine folks, but yeah.
I mean, they don't make string buttercream or anything like that. So it's not, yeah, it's not as.
Is
All right, where were we? Oh, yes. Stephen.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, we have a few more questions. We need to skip one of these because we ended up making up one.
baking for your partner or surprising your baking community?
Surprising for my baking community.
Oh, you mean
Get
like
that,
with
Nathan?
the painting that you had done, the art that you had done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of it, but also like showing up to a birthday, they're not expecting a cake, but I brought a cake anyway
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was special. Going to when I play volleyball at the gay volleyball league, I would bring in like treats for my team because we get tired after playing for 2 hours and then they get to eat it. Because baking for my partner is not saying it's not special. He will
But it's,
always love it.
yeah.
But if I bake for the community, he gets the baking scraps.
Good one.
Yeah. So he gets the chef's cut and he gets the first try out of all of them. he says that he gets so angry when I bake for other people because that means it's less for him. And I'm just like, I'm just doing you a favor so you don't have to work out as hard at the gym.
That's what my husband made this cartoon, and it's he's very good at cartooning. Uh it's me standing there with a platter with a cake or something on it, and him standing there. He's very distinctive. He has this big beard and a giant belly. And he's like, "More cake?" Before he started doing this, I could see my toes.
No, that's the thing. He always, yeah, people
Yeah.
always ask him why he isn't like bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure he does yoga, he plays a lot of sports, and then he goes to the gym like at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm like,
And he's just getting the scraps.
yeah,
So,
he's just getting the scraps. So I'm helping him out.
and you can't make macarons very well in Vancouver yet,
No, not
apparently.
yet.
So
They still eat them.
he'll still, yeah,
They
of
still eat
course.
them,
Who
but
cares if they have feet? They'll still taste yummy.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
won't give them out if they're not onto my par, up to par to my standards.
Yeah, I hear you for sure. All right, one more from who was it? Vincent?
Okay. Baking something new or perfecting tried and true?
Oh, that's hard. I love trying something new, but I also want. I, I I'll go for trying something new. I always love a
Oh,
challenge. I feel like if it's something that I can achieve, um, I'll keep doing it until it's perfect.
yeah.
But working with fondant, never again.
It's not a bad answer.
Yeah, you know what? It's
Right
that
answer.
that's a right answer.
Very good
I
answer.
still have 4 boxes of fondant that in my cupboard. I was like, should I just throw this out? It's giving me nightmares.
Oh,
You'll need it for something at some point. You know, when
Yeah.
you'll do a wedding cake, you're gonna need it. So don't worry about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
love the modeling part, like doing all those different things. They're
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
so much
Not on
fun.
top of the cakes.
Did you get yourself some CMC powder so that you can make it into gum paste so it'll dry really well if you're making the little shapes and everything with it?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did
I almost said
oil,
THC. That's not right. Sorry?
the oil.
Oh,
To,
there's an oil you can use?
I don't know. Someone told me to if you're like modeling with it, you just mix. Oh, lard.
Oh,
You mix in lard so that it models well, and then it's quite malleable and it doesn't dry out as fast.
You can use Tycho's powder.
Yeah, Tylose powder.
Yeah.
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 Interesting. Okay. Well,
But that Tylose powder will make it dry out. That's
It,
CMC powder. But because you want it to dry out so that it can become nice, solid animals.
I think I use that powder to make it more malleable for longer.
interesting.
We'll
And
have to look it up. We'll find out.
we'll have to look it up.
There is science involved, so one of you guys can take care of it.
Yes.
All right, here's our last question. You have answered this, but not for us. Butter tarts.
Oh,
Raisins or no raisins?
I think raisins.
Ugh.
Okay.
Only golden raisins.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You're forgiven.
I
My
like to soak my raisins in rum, and that is
Cognac.
yummy in
oh,
butter
that's
tarts.
interesting.
Mhm.
I do cognac.
Cognac.
Yeah,
That was
cognac or orange juice, actually. Either one.
good.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
My mother-in-law was very strict about not giving out the recipe for her butter tarts because after I asked her, I was like, the whole butter tart reel that came out
Yeah.
from CBC, I was like, oh, I want to make a butter tart. And so I asked her, I was like, can I have your recipe? Because I said that you had the best butter tarts. And she's like, just so you know, this came from my mother, and I was planning to take it with me to the grave, but because you're in the show, please do not share this with anyone.
Oh.
Meanwhile, you have to like submit it to the show. and they can do whatever they want with it.
Oh no, I feel like
Oh,
I
he
would
would
get
not do
just,
that.
oh no, I cannot do that. I
Yeah.
promised
Yeah.
her,
No, that's not an option for you. It's in the contract. It's a contract thing.
Well,
oh
that's it.
no.
He's not going to make butter tarts for the show.
Yeah.
He would not plan on
Don't
using that recipe ever.
don't do it. Don't
No.
or lie. Just give them another recipe.
Yeah. Well, I have my version of my butter tart recipe, which calls for butter. Um, Hers do not call for butter.
All right, then there you go.
So, do you like your butter tarts runny, or do you like them more solid, or somewhere in between?
Do you like an elbow
Um,
liquor? Don't be rude, Vincent. I wasn't being rude.
I didn't
Glad
say
I
it.
didn't say what I was gonna say.
What were
what are you
you
gonna
going to
say?
say, Stephen
My
Levitt?
mom's an elbow licker.
See, you didn't go there, and they both did.
First time I ever made butter tarts, my mom's, she says, "So are they?" And she, what the hell is
What
that?
is that?
And she says, "They got to run down your elbow."
Oh,
She says, "They're my favorite thing." I said, "I've known you all my life. I didn't know I've never seen you eat a butter tart."
oh, that's so
So
So,
no, I think Dan does not like
no,
runny
not
butter
that
tarts.
runny. No. Yeah. Um, the definitely the firm ones because it gets like a little chewy and yeah, it's great. Apparently in Sault Ste. Marie, they have a store just for butter tarts.
No,
Like it's you go in there and then butter tarts. After I also went to when I went to Tim Hortons, they had butter tarts there and it wasn't that good because it was
no, I wouldn't
raisins
think so.
and it was the elbow thingy. It was
oh,
very
but
runny.
Elbow liquor.
I love runny butter tarts
Mm.
myself.
Oh,
There's a place on Gerrard Street here in Toronto, which is like Gerrard Street, Chinatown. There's a little bakery called, I think it's called Gerrard Street Bakery. It's not Chinese,
Okay.
and they make the best butter tarts.
Mm.
Yeah, but and they're a little bit runny. They're not like, it's not like oozing down your arm, but it is on the runnier side, which I like.
I really want to make a t-shirt now that says, "I'm Vincent and I'm an elbow licker."
I'm an elbow licker. Whip out your elbows, I'll lick it.
You're gonna lick your
Hide
own
your elbows.
elbow with butter tarts.
Oh,
Hide
okay.
your elbows around Vincent. Long sleeves only.
Uh-oh, Guillaume's in trouble.
Uh,
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. Dan, this was so much fun.
yeah, I had so
So
much
glad
fun
you came.
too. I love talking to you guys.
Oh, wonderful. That was
Yeah.
great. And we'll have you meet Christina another time, which would be wonderful. But
Mhm.
before we leave, do you have a baking scrap that you can share with our audience?
Yeah, I when I was in the baking course in San Francisco, they were asking like the bottom of their bread when they put it into like what's it like a Dutch oven,
Hmm.
bottom always burns. And so I told them a little trick. And so I put a layer of like semolina flour at the very bottom because it creates that little like space and it allows air to kind of like go through it too. And it doesn't burn the bottom, just enough that you get a good crust.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a great baking scrap. I'll give it to my daughter. I'll make sure that she that she doesn't burn any more bottoms.
Oh, don't burn those.
Okay, now Vincent's just
Both.
I just was
Hi,
waiting for
Vincent.
you to take it. Yeah, okay.
Your bottom, you better be licking your elbow, man.
Ah, that was really fun. Well, thank you. That's great.
Yes, thank you for having me. This was it was great to just shoot shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically, that's what we do. It's great to have the fabulous Baker Boys with us. So, and now we have three fabulous Baker
Oh,
Boys today.
So great to have you part of the family.
yes. I'm excited to join you guys.
Woohoo! All right. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you guys all later.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye.
night. Bye. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed talking to Dan. I thought he was so much funnier than I expected him to be. I don't know if that was something I think I had an idea in my head that he was going to be a bit more shy. But no, he was witty and fun and smart and such a good baker. So I really loved having that chat, and for him to be able to have that opportunity to also talk chat comes out as tack apparently, with Vincent and Stephen and get to pick their brains a little bit, and for them to be able to, relate so much to the things that he's gone through while he's just had this incredible journey in the tent. I think that was pretty unique for him, and what an exciting way for him to be able to kind of wrap up this part of his journey. It definitely is not the end of his Great Canadian Baking Show journey, and I'm excited. I think it's so great to have so many very strong bakers this season in the tent. And to know that we will not forget Dan, even though he was the first one out. You know what? He's just as strong and just as good as so many of these other bakers that are in the tent right now. And it has definitely been a memorable experience watching him bake. And I look forward to see what he does. And I really want to try his focaccia. Like, I really want to try it. I love savory. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy baking.